Hi, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live. We're covering the severe weather event that's about to unfold across Northwest Arkansas. And we got Josh Rugger. We also have Zach Gilday that we'll check in with shortly. And you'll notice that we have an increased severe weather threat. So we got a lot of people wondering, interested about this weather situation. Now, here's the deal. All right. I apologize for doing the update, and this is the only one so far. We had a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we had to work out. We got it all worked out and we're ready to go. Now we can stream our weather coverage. We actually had to revert back to the old system in order for this to all work, but we've got it and we've got it working. So let's talk about, first of all, the severe weather threat, and then we'll kind of go outside and see what the conditions are like. And if we look at this severe weather potential, you will notice that we are now under parts of the area under in a moderate risk. A moderate risk is a level 4 out of 5 severe weather situation. Now, there are not many events that happen that are moderate risk. So that's number one. That's extremely rare. Number two is the instability and the moisture is a little more significant in the river valley. The dew points are just a little higher, but that does not mean that severe thunderstorms won't happen anywhere. And here we got Zach Gilday. You can see him on the screen. And Zach, hey, how's it going out there, man?
Hey, Dan. Yeah, I'm on top of the TV station garage, Dixon Street, downtown Fayetteville. Yeah, the winds are really picking up ahead of this approaching storm system. Let me turn the camera around right now, showing you looking out. Hold on. Turning the camera around.
I know it takes a little while. I wish it was just an easy push of the button. There you go.
There we go. Looking out to the west, the sky is not looking too friendly. Cloud.
Yeah, starting to cloud up a little bit, isn't it? It absolutely is. So we're going to kind of show you what's going on with the satellite and radar. Yeah, so let me give you an idea, Zach, here, what's going on with the satellite radar. I'll pop it up real fast, but there you can kind of see it as these the storms are rolling in. And so this is a very, very big system now. Zach, I'm going to mute your mic just for a second because the wind is so strong we can barely hear you.
Strong wind.
It's a very strong wind. So we've got this strong system coming in. The cloud cover is on the increase, and you can see the storms that are in eastern Oklahoma. And you'll notice that there are severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning that's currently in progress as that storm system moves east. We actually have 2 tornado warnings now, one that just got issued. You'll see it pop up on the screen under Mega Doppler. And so here's a look at the Mega Doppler source, and you're going to see the severe storms popping up in South Oklahoma. You'll also notice several severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's no severe weather here yet. Well, this storm system is still translating eastward. So we will continue to see this activity moving into Northwest Arkansas and especially the River Valley.
Now, the one thing you noticed on that satellite radar, and probably if you stepped outside today, is the sun has been peeking out there across the area, which adds to the instability and adds to the threat for severe weather, which was something we did not want to see today out ahead of the system.
No, and we did see a lot of sunshine. Now the clouds are rolling in, yes, but we already have the instability. So let's show you what's happening here with the severe weather risk. And this is the very latest one, by the way. This just updated. So we have a brand new severe weather risk, and you're going to see a level 3 out of 4 and a level 4 out of 4 for parts of the River Valley. Let's check out the individual threats along with the tornado potential. So here's the latest tornado potential. That hatched area now covers all of Scott County. So what is a hatched area? Hatched area is essentially you've got the probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes is a little bit greater. So that's why you have that area that could really see strong to violent tornadoes.
But even if you're not in the hatched area, you can see strong to violent tornadoes.
You sure
Springdale, March 30th, 2022, we did not have a hatched area.
Was not in the hatched area. Yeah. We didn't even have over 5%.
Yeah,
we were in the 2% area.
And I'm seeing a lot of tweets and on social media talking about the tornado risk. Oh, it's only 5% in my area. Yeah. I have nothing to worry about. It doesn't matter if it's 2% or 60%. There is a risk there, and you need to be prepared.
And speaking of that risk, if there wouldn't be a risk, there wouldn't be a tornado watch. So check this out. If we look at the latest watch that's out, this is the latest tornado watch. It goes until 8 o'clock. Does it just cover the River Valley? No. Does it even cover the area that is currently under a hatched area? No. because those storms are going to be later on. So a lot of people asking what time does it roll in? That's a great question. Let's get right to it. And so, Zach, wind's still whipping around, I imagine.
Yeah, it sure is, man.
Yeah.
Trying to not lose my phone up here.
It is hard to hear you, for sure, with that wind that's cranking. So let me show you what we've got here with our future track. So you're going to see, first of all, there's the storms coming in at about 5:30. So this is the quiet. This is the calm before the storm. The energy is still moving in. It's not even in quite yet. And so you're going to see this energy start to move in. Now, there is one thing that could degrade the severe weather potential. If we get a bunch of thunderstorms that cool the air and, will still bring probably severe weather potential, but they don't explode into supercells, then maybe it's a little lesser of a threat. I can't say that for sure, but as of now.
As the system is continuing to evolve right now.
Yeah.
And if it does do that, the storm mode is multi-cell kind of clusters of thunderstorms instead of those individual supercells that kind of have their own energy. That's when the severe risk could go down, at least for tornadoes. Damaging wind risk will still be very high.
Yeah. Now you tell me on Facebook Live where an area doesn't see storms. So you don't have to ask about your individual town. You don't have to ask if this place is going to get rain or if this place is going to get storms. The entire area is under a threat for severe weather.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that the entire area will see a tornado. It's all dependent on where these storms develop.
And that's why with the risk, when you see 5% chance for a tornado, for example, that's the risk of a tornado in a set point in that area within 25 miles that could see a tornado.
Yeah.
So it's not very similar to like a probability of precipitation. Really.
No,
it's
it's
climatology as well as the actual risk of a tornado within 25 miles of a set point.
So all of this is going to start, and so far our timing has been right on the money. Here's the severe storm timeline, 3 to 5. So it really starts nudging into northwest Arkansas between 5 to 9. And look, that's exactly how long the watch goes for. And then you can see eastern parts of Scott County a little bit after 8, 9 o'clock. So let's go ahead and bring up Mega Doppler, and we'll show you some of these storms. And by the way, we want to put on some lightning. Do you think these storms are highly electrified?
I think they are highly electrified.
Highly electrified. In fact, we already have a thunderstorm that's popping up that's isolated, that's out ahead of everything. And this is something that we'll have to watch. Yes, the shear is pretty tremendous. The storm is already over 30,000 feet. And so that's just growing.
Do you think Zach could have a view of that to the southwest?
Where is he?
He's on the roof right now.
Oh, Zach. Yeah, no, it's too far away.
Yeah.
But you know what could maybe is our WeatherBug Network camera out of Lincoln. So we could try that. Now, it hasn't really taken over and rooted yet, but there are additional storms. Now, remember, the energy is just moving in. So the energy is moving into southeast Oklahoma. There's no doubt quite a bit of storms. But you look at this, and this is messy convection. This is not clear-cut tornado probabilities. In fact, the radar really far away there, over 10,000 feet. So the radar would be closer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But let's go ahead and we'll make this kind of a more of an interactive thing. Okay, so new thing coming out on the NWS chat.
Let's see what this is. Stephen said data from the past hour shows the winds aloft continue to become more favorable for rotating and organized storms.
Yeah.
The improvement in the wind fields will continue into the evening, meaning severe potential will continue to increase into the evening.
Yeah.
The caps seem to strengthen a bit where the storms are in southeast Oklahoma. That trend should reverse soon. A bullseye of high 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative helicity of around 500 is over western Push and western Choctaw counties.
500 0 to 1 is off the charts.
That's huge.
I mean, that is like that's strong to violent tornado potential. So that is seriously something we need to watch. So if we look at the dew points right now, you will see them surging north. So Zach, a little bit of clearing there. We still got you. We can see you. Is there any clearing that you're seeing, or is it pretty much all cloudy?
A little bit of clearing off to the southwest. You can see a little bit of clearing off to the southwest. But yeah, you can really feel the moisture. Every now and again, I kind of almost feel a little sprinkle. So you can definitely feel the high moisture content.
Yeah,
Yeah, those dew points are very.
they're
very
climbing.
humid.
There you
Yeah.
see the lower
A
60s
little bit of
dew
clearing off
points
to the southwest.
for Fayetteville. Now, look at the dew point. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, Zach, but it's 70. It's 70 in the River Valley. And look, that those mid to upper 60s nudging into southern Washington County.
It's hard to get dew points like that this time of year.
That is really, really, let's say, moist, if you will.
Just
That's
say
a lot of
moist.
humidity for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Where's Choctaw County? Choctaw County is in southeast Oklahoma. We can show you where that is. Zach, the wind's crazy. I'm going to mute your mic for a second, all right? Let's take a look at some, we want to look at some of the mesoanalysis. But first of all, let's bring up the county name so people can know where Choctaw County is. So Choctaw County is in extreme southeast Oklahoma. So here's Mega Doppler. Here you see Choctaw, which is Hugo, which is the county seat. And so Choctaw is basically just west of this tornado-warned storm right here. And then you see the other storms. Now this storm's starting to become more isolated. And if you notice, this isolated storm is going to be tracking into Fort Smith. So let's do some storm tracks for people. Let's let them know the way these are heading. We want to make sure that. And so someone asked, Kendra's, what does the instability cape look like? It's a great question. We're going to answer that here coming up in just a bit. We're getting tornado preparation ready. Just a gut feeling this time. Sadly, we don't have a basement, but an interior room. And so that's definitely a good idea. So Josh is going to do a track on this. In the meantime, we're going to kind of answer some questions here on what we've got going on. So let's see here. So let's see here. We'll be arriving at XNA at 8:10. We'll be gone by then. No, don't think so. I think there's going to be another line of storms coming through. Forecast the evening weather. Yeah, we definitely have weather. Bentonville has a risk. Not as great as the River Valley, but sometimes you say the risk is supposed to be here and it ends up being another place.
The entire area
I've been in this type of nadir juice. It got bad. So you could feel it outside. This is definitely humidity and mugginess that's coming in. So it's not a good weekend to move. Well, the weekend is actually okay, Teresa. It's just today. Today is the only time. Look at Sean says it feels sketchy outside.
Feels sketch.
You can sketch. Definitely feels sketchy. So there's the track. It's moving. You have it moving northeast.
Yeah, and I'm going to adjust the track miles per hour because that's not correct.
Yeah.
So is it?
That's
tornado
about.
warning? Let me check the tornado warning here real quick to see the speed.
Okay. I could
It's
tell
moving
you.
at 40 miles per hour.
Yep. Moving northeast at 40, which, by the way, those storms are going to increase in intense speed as well.
So there's your track.
We have a celebration planned. Well, you may be celebrating some storms rolling in. Let's see. Know your location. That's a great question or a great comment, Larry, not a question. So let's go back to weather one here real quick, and we'll show this track. Now, we want to extend this. I want you to zoom out, and let's just say this holds together. Zoom way out and get the other storm and bring it in over the next 3 or 4 hours to give people an idea in the River Valley, west of Tallahena. Take that complex of storms. And so there's the supercell that's going to be entering into an environment, and that's going to be right around, 5, 6 o'clock, right in the heart of the drive home, the evening commute, and all that stuff. So, Zach, I know you can hear us. I see you walking around. You got another view here. We'll pan up, and we'll bring him back on, and we'll check out what he's got. So there you go. Still those clouds. Now, Zach, are those clouds moving along pretty quickly?
Yeah, at a decent pace. You can definitely see them moving.
And would you say that the winds are increasing, the low-level jets increasing?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that south wind's pretty strong.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start to geek out. People are starting to ask more complicated questions, such as what do the photographs show? We'll do that. But first, I just want to real quick give everyone the timing again, because some people are hopping on here kind of last minute. So here's what we've got for the timing. And remember, individual towns, we don't know until the storms develop. But what we'll do here is we'll show you on the future track, right about 5 o'clock, it starts knocking on our doorstep. Waldron will probably be a little after 6. So there's 6 o'clock. I think maybe even a little after 7. I think around 7 o'clock, Waldron's going to be impacted. So
New mesoscale discussion.
Okay.
Not for
not for us.
Us.
Yeah.
Latest radar loop over the southern plains.
All right. What time will Northwest Arkansas be getting hit with the storm? So there you go. Here's the timing. So this is the very latest future track. It shows just storms everywhere. And it looks like between 5 to 9 o'clock, I think, is our time window.
I think so as well.
Yep. And that's kind of what we've had. So here's a look at the storm timeline, 5 to 9.
Look how electrified that thing is.
Yeah, there's a lot of storms that are electrified. And if we look at the energy moving in, and then we're gonna geek out here in just a second. But there's the energy. Look at the upper level low. It's just now starting to turn neutral, and then it's gonna fling out and become negative tilt. Now I can tell you this: there was no snow forecasted in the Texas Panhandle.
There was not.
Look at that.
Whoa. Amarillo.
Amarillo is getting a snowstorm
Yes.
from this thing.
Yes.
Now these are clusters of storms. You can kind of see how they're evolving and breaking off. Our saving grace would be all this rain that pops up, doesn't really congeal into isolated supercells, and then we just get what's called this kind of like convection that just cools the temperatures down. That is a possibility.
Stabilizing convection.
Stabilizing convection. That is something that can happen. Storm chasers have another slang.
We do indeed.
A slang word.
We call
for
it Colby-vection.
Colby vection.
It's not actually called
or
that.
CRAP vection.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, there's the storm. There's all the severe weather. You can see the energy moving in. If we look at the water vapor, we'll check that out.
Hey,
You can
We said yesterday, though, this radar was going to light up like a Christmas tree.
look at that. Look at the dry punch coming in. So that dry punch is lifting north. There's additional energy swinging in. If we look at the high resolution water vapor, this might take a little while to load. So in the meantime, it looks pretty quick.
It's pretty fast.
So there you see explosive thunderstorm development.
Wow.
Big time explosive thunderstorm development.
And well ahead of the front, too.
All right. So now it's time, just real quick, because we're going to have to get ready for the newscast and get ready for, if we have a newscast, kind of talk about some of the things that are going on. But what we want to do is we want to dive into the mesoanalysis, and we'll look at the soundings, and we'll look at all that stuff. So stand by. We're going to bring this up on the screen. Zach, I think we can let you go. You've been around for a while, so I'm going to add you to the stream real quick. And I appreciate your help, Zach. Thanks so much, man. But yeah, the clouds are really starting to roll in, so you can tell it's starting to get a little more ominous outside.
It is.
Thanks for joining the stream, Zach. Appreciate it. So his microphone's muted.
Uh-oh.
All right. We'll see ya. All right. So there we go. All right. Let's go to, here's what we're going to do. We're going to share screen. I'm going to bring up the SPC analysis hourly window. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to show you what's going on with this. So we're going to bring up this. This is the mesoanalysis. And we're going to make this as big as we can. And we're going to kind of look at some of the ingredients. So first of all, thermodynamics. What's the instability like? It's lacking in Northwest Arkansas, but it's enough. It's 500. Yeah,
Yep.
it's 500 and it's uncapped. So that's one thing that you have to watch for. If we look at the wind shear, the 0 to 1 surface kilometer helicity, it's increasing in southeast Oklahoma, not as much in Northwest Arkansas, but watch what happens over time.
It really cranks up.
It cranks up. So there's going to be literally showers that rotate from this type of system
Yes.
in a few hours. 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Look
Whoa.
at that. That gets up to
600.
600.
Dude.
That's because this low-level jet's going to increase. Look at the 925 winds straight out of the south, pumping in moisture. Let's look at the 0 to 3 kilometer Cape. It's there. Let's look at this one right here, the 0 to 3 kilometer bulk shear. Okay. So we have 40 knots. So I can tell you firsthand that QLCS tornadoes will definitely be possible.
With that.
because 40 knots with a storm motion northeast, that's very favorable for QLCS tornadoes. Yep. All right. Let's look at a couple other things. SIGTOR. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter. It's not there yet, but watch what happens over time.
It nudges
It
in.
shifts in.
Yep.
So while maybe the river valley is initially under the threat, these storms as they move east will crank up. Let's go back to, let's look at fixed layer. So that's what's happening right now. And then we could do this one, the 0 to half kilometer. There's a new half. Oh, wow. 0 to half kilometer shows a lot over northwest, over. How about the violent tornado parameter? That gives you an idea. This system, you're not messing around.
It's not messing around. It means business.
There's really nothing else to look at. It's just, it's got everything, man. It's got, we could look at the QT maps.
And really the only thing it doesn't have is the storm mode. The storm mode is still not.
So here's the hodographs. Let's look at the hodograph. Hodographs are very impressive. Look at that. That is pretty good critical angle. Ooh, look at that one. So I can't point the cursor on it, but in the middle of the screen, the one that's over northwest Arkansas, that's nearly a 90-degree critical angle.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's something to watch.
And that's
those photographs. Those photographs are really impressive.
Yeah.
That's why that storm relativistic cranks up so much.
That's why the severe risk is increasing as we head throughout the late afternoon, early evening.
Okay, so to sum it up, this will be our. This will basically be everything to sum it up. All right. So, moderate risk of severe storms, a threat across the entire area. The storm threat might not be great now, but that will be increasing. I don't even think like even showers will be. I mean, have the potential to rotate. The type of environment
with the amount of shear we've got.
And I know not much hail. The hail is going to be limited, but it'll still be potentially there. Current tie situation. That's a good question. I've already got the tornado tie.
Yep.
We should get the 8-ball out.
We should.
Yeah, let's get the 8-ball out. Oh, man. We'll see what the 8-ball says, and then we'll shut her down.
I actually do support getting the 8-ball out.
70% humidity in Bentonville, 75 degrees. That's pretty. It's pretty humid. Hail is probably the least out of the threat, but it's still there. So let's go through the individual threats real quick while he's getting the 8-ball out. Did it disappear on us? Did it run away? So here's the severe weather risk. Here's the tornado potential. Damaging wind. Look at that. Extreme. And the hail threat is the least out of everything. So yes, there's some hail, but nothing really super major. And the heavy rain too. We're still, they actually dropped the heavy rain.
They did. And
it's because of the storm
motions. Speed of the system. It's going to be in and out in a few hours. However, localized flash flood is still a possibility with how hefty those rainfall rates will be.
One last look at Mega Doppler. Actually, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll bring up Mega Doppler on the good feed real quick. Stand by. Okay, so I'm going to take the counties off because you know where those are. So here's the storms. These storms are starting to crank up a little bit more. Remember that energy is moving in. It's going to increase in intensity. I don't have it loaded. There we go. So you can see that this storm system organizing, developing, and yes, moving towards northwest Arkansas. This storm still not taking off because the energy is not quite here yet. Let's see if we can see that on our WeatherBug camera looking off to the west.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So let's go to our Lincoln WeatherBug Network camera. All right, 8-ball, you ready?
8-ball time. I'll give you the reins.
Here
Sir,
we
I don't
go.
want to touch that.
Here we go. 8-ball time. Oh, yeah. Lincoln, you can't see anything. You can definitely see the cloud motion.
You see how the clouds are a little lower to the ground?
They're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving all right. All right. What's the question? Will there be a tornado in our weather coverage area? That's got to be.
Question.
Will there be a tornado in our weather coverage area? It is decidedly so. That's what it says.
Okay.
Will there be a strong to violent tornado in our weather coverage area?
Oh man.
Without a doubt.
Oh man.
All right.
I think that Okay. 8
Will
ball's being
there
aggressive.
be a tornado in Northwest Arkansas, which is north of the Bobby Hopper Tunnel? Benton, Washington, Carroll, Madison County.
narrowing it down? a
I'm
little
narrowing
bit.
it down.
Yes.
And we'll do even Newton and Boone County.
Yes.
What did it say? I'm gonna do it again. Ask
It's
again
ask
later.
again later.
All right. Will there be a tornado in the Northwest Arkansas area that we defined? And it says it is decidedly so.
Dude, it's not playing around.
It's going on.
It ain't
man.
playing around.
It's
man.
on. It's on.
It's
I mean,
on.
the tornado ties on. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So let's ask morbid questions.
Let's ask less morbid questions. Will it snow late
Will-
next week?
Will it
Is the
be
GFS
will it be
right?
beautiful and sunny tomorrow?
Yeah.
My reply is no.
Well,
So it's
you're
gonna be-
lying.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
April's
it
lying.
won't be beautiful. It's going to be like
It's gonna
low
be chilly.
50s.
Yeah, if you're going to the Razorback game, bundle up.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be cold.
Okay, so remember tornado safety. We'll go through that again, and we'll do all that. It's 3:00. We'll do another update after the 6 if something if something blasts up and something cranks up, and there's some hail popping up south of Sallisaw. Jody's so scientific. I know that's what's so funny about it. But we looked at all the scientific stuff, so we're already good.
It's the fourth meteorologist, you know.
Tornado on the ground already with this cell.
I believe it. Well, let's look at a PTBS.
Let's see here.
Well, it's gonna be too far away.
Well, we'll switch radars.
It's kind of in a radar hole.
With debris ball, Michael Bollinger says TDTS. Let's see here real quick. All right. Good job, Zach.
Yes.
It is windy out there, man.
Sure is. It's whipping. We're getting a report of a potential tornado.
I
In
don't
southern
see it
Oklahoma.
confirmed yet.
It's not confirmed on radar.
Let's bring it up.
What
on a
radar
different
are you looking at,
source.
Michael?
Let's see. Gotta be careful with those reports sometimes.
Yep. He said my storm team just reported it to me.
Okay. I don't see that, and that's kind of in a little bit of a radar hole. So,
It is.
not to say that it's not happening. I just don't see that visually on what's happening. So there's a new
There's a
warning. It's a new warning, but it's not a confirmed warning,
Let's set that storm motion.
and it's radar indicated. But it's starting to organize. So
It's very hard to tell.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think that about does it. So just be ready. We'll watch it. We'll keep you updated, and we'll be back with more updates. All right. Take care. See ya.